testing on these.
Okay. Okay. Shirts are visible. Everybody, oh, look at y'all looking amazing. Okay, y'all got good visibility. We about to start. Okay, everyone. Greetings, greetings. Thank you for coming out to support us today on our victory. So, I'm Sandra I. Coleman, one of the co-founders of the Holmes Isaacs Coalition and the CEO of One NYCHA Advocates. I have been a tenant organizer, advocate, and community leader for over 11 years now. Continuous grassroots organizing and neighbors talking to neighbors secured this victory. Hey, 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 hey! It took us 6 months, but the foundation was laid many years ago when infill was resisted as well as stopped at Holmes Towers. Over several years disseminating the facts and harms of converting from traditional Section 9 to project-based Section 8 cemented the results we have at Isaac Houses today, keeping public housing public. Woo!
Yes. Yes.
Public.
Knowing we will remain Section 9 is an extraordinary triumph for us as stakeholders here on this campus, as well as tenants throughout the city and the country.
That's right. That's right.
We had to defend against several union workers that was out here 5 days a week from 7 to 12 noon or 1 p.m. They even began to lie and say, with the trust, we remain Section 9. I know this for a fact because it was said to me, and I had to push back on it. And I was disheartened that they would change their lie. They changed what they were saying in their mailers to start it to say what we were promoting, which was to remain Section 9, to preserve it. We had to counter NYCHA's limited information with the truth. With the truth. They didn't tell people much about Section 9, even in the info sessions. It was brief. It was a lot on the trust, and it was a lot on PAC. They basically said, oh, you're under Section 9. You know what that is. No, the average tenant may not know what Section 9 is. They may not know what they're governed by. But it's up to us, leaders, community activists, and organizers to educate people about it. This current mayor must put a moratorium on all red PAC and trust conversions, as well as a halt on any future infill plans. NYCHA campuses were designed for families to enjoy, not for the land to be grabbed and continuously built upon. Many presents.
Oh, the answer, my friend,
It's blowing in the wind.
That's right.
oh, the answer is blowing in the wind.
We knew this. That's why we didn't have that blew off. So even though Mother Nature's still shining on us. We have great weather. Amen. You go to preacher now.
Amen. Here, let me get this. Sorry,
Okay.
Sorry, guys in the
Okay.
media.
Sorry.
For some old guy intruding here. But let's try to make one of these things actually work here, okay? Sorry about that. Okay, here. Yeah, I know.
It's still blowing though. So
Yeah, at least that one will stay, okay?
you think that one will stay?
Yeah, this one with the less thing on it. It'll
Okay.
stay better.
Okay. This country has billions for war and cannot get off 80 billion to preserve our homes. NYCHA needs to change their methodology. When they receive funding, NYCHA must flush the monies into our developments immediately instead of spreading the funds out over 10 years. In 10 years, this city will go through at least 2 administrations, maybe even 3. We need all new capital funding stirred to the Comprehensive Modernization Unit. This will assure that developments will receive upgrades and remain fully public and protected under Section 9. NYCHA residents make up the city. We range from low to moderate income. We pay 30% of our income, no roommate needed. Thank you. Next up, and I am the co-founder, I've said, of the Homes Isaacs Coalition, One NYCHA Advocate, CEO, and honored to be here and facilitate this presser. Next up, we have Letitia McNeil, Homes Isaacs Coalition founding member. Please receive her. And her pet. Maybe not. Uh-huh. Oh, they going with you. All right. That's good. Come on. Sorry. I don't want him to start barking.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Letitia McNeil. This is Farley McNeil. We currently live in Isaacs. We used to live in Homes. I've been a part of this fight since, my mother's been a part of this fight since she entered NYCHA and had to fight for the fundings for her development in Mitchell's. And when I moved here and was presented with the fact that infill was being presented, it put a fire in me to also fight for public housing to stay public, because we all know once the transition to privatization happens, it starts happening all over. So I decided to join the fight against Fetner and the infill. And even when that felt like it was impossible, we won that fight. Woo!
Yes.
We won that fight. Fetner left. Then, of course, they presented Rad Pact and Trust to us. Even that felt like it was a losing battle, but we kept the faith, we kept fighting, we kept spreading the word, we kept mobilizing the tenants, we kept door knocking, hanging flyers. Even when our flyers was being ripped down, people were telling us that we were lying, our information was false. We continue to fight this fight, and this is a product of our determination. And I just want other developments to know that it is possible. You can win. Even when it seems like it's just 5 people out there, people are listening. Tenants want to have homes. They want to live comfortably. They don't want to have to worry about when, where their next, when they're going to have their next meal, or, when is, what's going to happen to their homes that they lived in for 20, 30 years. They raised their children, their families. So this is a very good victory for us, and I just want this word spread, because we're one of, 3rd developments to win this victory. So I want it to be spread that this is possible, and it takes work and it takes a lot of networking, but it can be done.
Woo, thank you. Thank you. Next up, we have Christina Chase from Take Root Justice, walking with a sign.
Oh.
Walking with a sign.
I was holding it down. I was ready. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Christina Chase, and I'm an advocacy coordinator at Take Root Justice, as well as a NYCHA resident at Ravenswood Houses. I'm here today to applaud the residents of Stanley Isaacs Houses, especially the Homes and Isaacs Coalition, for informing and empowering their neighbors and themselves. We were cheering on the sidelines as we watched NYCHA tenants here defend their homes from privatization and protect their rights as Section 9 residents. I am inspired and I am empowered. I'm a NYCHA resident too. I know what it feels like to have no heat, no gas, no water, no elevator, and more. I know what it feels like to be a second-class citizen at the management office, on the phone with the call center, in front of my elected officials, and even in my own home. I know we want and need and deserve better. We've been lied to for too long, which is why we were able to recognize deception. Real recognizes real, and we know Section 8 conversions like PACT and the Preservation Trust are not a real solution to rehabilitating public housing. It's the opposite. It's killing public housing, and it's eroding our right to housing as a city and as a country. Those PACT buildings are going to known slumlords like Waycrest and CNC Management. Conditions get worse and evictions go up. I am so proud that my NYCHA neighbors woke up and realized the lies. I am moved that the small group of women I work with, Sandrea, Lakeisha, and Letitia, refused to be taken advantage of, refused to be disenfranchised, refused to be played. And I am honored to be here today to see the fruit of their labor and that of all the residents who voted and got their neighbors to vote to preserve Section 9 public housing. This is just the beginning of us using our community power as NYCHA residents, and I'm here for it. Congratulations, Isaacs, for taking a stand and defending your homes. Public housing is a right, fight, fight, fight. Public housing is a right, fight, fight, fight.
Not to me, somebody else. Okay. Next up, we have Lakeisha Taylor, one of the co-founders of the Homes Isaacs Coalition. I also would like to recognize behind the scenes Jose Guevara, who's also a co-founder. That's here. Lakeisha, please receive her.
Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. My name is Lakeisha Taylor. I am a co-founder, as it was stated, of the Homes Isaac Coalition. I am also a resident who was born and raised right here on this development. I grew up being proud to say that I lived here on the Upper East Side in these developments. I am a proud resident of NYCHA. I know that I live in Section 8. It is something that many residents are not aware of. This was born and bred in me, that I should be proud that my parents had a job, were at the time low income, middle income, and only paid 30%. You understand? And it was born into me to fight for what was owed to us. So from the beginning, I knew that even though we were here, we still had to fight to be seen as equal. So to know that Section 9 was coming under attack and it was going to be taken away from us, those who had to work hard for that little 30% break, I knew we had to fight for it. Because once this is gone, there's nothing else. There's nothing else around but homelessness for those who cannot afford what is considered affordable housing. There's no true affordable housing in the United States anymore. And if we lose Section 9, this is not going to be good for not only New York, but for the rest of the country. And this is what we step forward to let our community know.
That's right.
And so for people to start spreading lies that we were lying, that meant that they didn't understand what was going forward. That meant that they didn't understand what was ahead of them. That meant that they didn't understand their future. But it's okay, you are free to choose. But this was not the choice I was making. And this was not the choice I wanted my neighbors to know. I wanted them to understand what their future held. Because my mother fought for us to come here and have a better life. And I wanted to make sure that my children had this choice or that my neighbors' children had that choice. This is going on across America. And I set forth to let others know. I don't only fight for here, I fight for everywhere else. You understand? I don't only lift my boots up, I try to lift others as well. So as the Homes Isaac Coalition fights for here, we fight for everywhere. So I wanted everyone to know. And it hurt my heart that people were going around saying we were lying. This information is free. This information is on the internet. We spread no lies. We spread no lies about Section 9. It is sad that people don't know where they live and how they are afforded this beautiful place. And you have to fight because we are all equal. You understand? And that's all we spread the information. That's all that we want everyone to know. And this is a victory that we fought hard for. Just like we fought hard for infill. When infill came and tried to take away the park that my son learned to walk on, I stood and I fought for that. And anytime anyone, anywhere will come and try and take anything that is free to me, just like it is free to anyone else, I will stand and I will fight. I do not need anyone behind me, but it is glorious when I have people behind me. And it is glorious when we have people that understand their rights and stand up and fight together. And when you are intelligible and when you understand your rights, you are not afraid of those who stand against you and shoot lies at you. So we understood our rights as tenants under Section 9, and we know that we have a right to stand up and fight. And thank God we had tenants who stood up with us. And it was shown in the numbers. The numbers spoke the words. The numbers spoke. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you again, Lakeisha Taylor. Thank you. Next up, we have a statement from Renee Keat, which is from Fulton Elliott Chelsea. She cannot be here. It's going to be read by Letitia McNeil. Please receive her.
Hello again. I'm here to read a statement from Renee Kidd. I'm honored. She has been a very big activist in the Chelsea Elliott demolition project and trying to stop it and preserve Section 9 of public housing in the Chelsea area. So this is what Renee Kidd has stated. This has been a hard-fought years-long series of battles beginning with infill. The Holmes Isaac Coalition has done critical work educating community on the value of Section 9, which provides the strongest tenant protections. The kind of awareness building is powerful and necessary. You took on NYCHA and the union's no easy fight and stood firm. Courage and persistence matter. This victory is yours, but it is also shared with the entire NYCHA community. It belongs to residents who have built, sustained, and fought for these communities every single day. Mayor Mabdani, hear this clearly. The victory proves the importance of Section 9 proven. Public housing that keeps residents protected and communities intact. The $662 million allocated in your budget for PACT should instead be invested in Section 9.
That's right.
Invested in Section 9.
That's
$662 million. Stop saying tax the rich without directly funding people who make this city run. NYCHA residents are the backbone of New York, and we deserve real investment, not privatization.
Yep.
Fund Section 9, protect public housing, invest in people. Respect and appreciate to everyone who stayed committed and made this happen.
That's right.
Thank you, Renee.
From Renee Kidd, Chelsea Elliott Housing.
That's right.
Fulton Elliott Chelsea. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Renee. She couldn't be here, but she's here in spirit. The next statement from Stan Morris, who's one of the co-founders of the One NYCHA Advocates, will be read by Lakeisha Taylor. She'll be reading his statement, and also have some press releases to give out too. One more statement and then one more to be read.
Okay. Good afternoon. This statement is by Stan Morris. He is from One NYCHA Advocates He is the co-founder of One NYCHA Advocates. Today we are celebrating an amazing victory for the residents of Holmes and Isaacs, who come together to defeat privatization plans for their development. Led by the efforts of Sandrea I. Coleman and Lakeisha Taylor, the co-founders of Holmes Isaacs Coalition, and unfortunately he forgot Jose Guerrero. It was proven that once residents were educated, they made the wise choice to remain in Section 9 and pave the way for other developments to follow. Thank you. That is the statement of Stan Morris, who is the co-founder of One NYCHA Advocates.
Yes. Woo. And one of the comrades in the struggle, right?
That's right.
He's been doing a lot of work over the years. He has 11 years in this fight as well. The last statement will be read by me, Sandra I. Coleman.
Sandra, can I do a quick update on FEC before you do that? They got a stay this morning.
Okay.
So I want to invite you all to a press conference
Yes.
at 3
Okay.
o'clock at the Hudson Guild, because the appellate division just issued a continuing stay of demolition of Fulton Elliott Chelsea. That's going to be,
Good
It's
news.
going to be in effect until the appellate division actually looks closely at that case. That could go through the end of the year. Details, I don't really have them, but 3 o'clock at Hudson Guild. I can give you the address, which is 441 West 26th Street. There's a lot of litigation around those cases. The case that has the stay right now is actually one that was brought by the neighbors. We represent the Residents Association. I work with Christina at Take Root Justice. We also have litigation that is at the appellate division right now. We're waiting for a decision, but the decisions are coming and they're good. Join us at 3 o'clock at Hudson Guild.
Positive news for positive news, right? How about that? Breaking news. Good. Oh, I'm walking away, right? I got to get back in place. Okay. That is amazing.
Reading my email. Literally.
So we are happy for that. And Lakeisha knows we was down there in 2019 standing with them in the rain, protesting the working group. So we've been boots on the ground for years doing this work. It doesn't matter who, where, what. We're going to help. We're going to assist. We're going to share our victory with the infill proposal, but now we have 2 under our belt over here, right? Two means witness. Right. So there's proof.
Undefeated.
2 witnesses. So
They didn't stand a chance.
yes.
They tried and failed.
All right. So this statement I'm going to read is from Dr. Jessie Fields on behalf of the Committee for Independent Community Action, which is called HIC. And she's also a doctor in Mount Sinai Hospital, as well as a teacher and so forth. But anyway, we want to express our heartfelt congratulations to the residents of Stanley Isaacs houses who participated in the election on the future of their homes. We know that Sandria Coleman, a resident and community activist, worked very hard to make sure that the residents were informed about this important vote. The vote to remain Section 9 and to retain residents' 964 rights under Section 9 public housing is an important milestone. The voice of the residents must be at the forefront of any change in policy in public housing. Unfortunately, the residents of public housing have often been ignored, disrespected, and shut out of decisions on the future of their homes. The election results show how important grassroots, people-to-people communication is. We hope the residents of Stanley Isaacs houses will be able to work together to continue to strengthen resident participation and decision-making power and help ensure a healthy environment for all who call this development home for generations to come. Once again, Dr. Jessie Fields from HIC Committee for Independent Community Action. As we close, we are grateful for those that came and talked and spoke today. Give them a round, because this victory was only won by sharing facts, the truth about Section 9, neighbor talking to neighbor. If you knew and seen the money, because we don't know what they spent, but I guarantee you the union spent thousands of dollars. We didn't have that kind of funding, but we did have people power.
That's right.
We did have people power.
We had trust.
And the fact, right? No.
We had trust.
Yeah, not that trust, not the preservation distrust, but
We
people,
trusted each other.
right? But people knew the work we had already done before, and the work that we continuously do. We're in a spot because we've been pushed out by NYCHA. We can't use the campus. We couldn't be by the center to feed the community. This is the spot that we feed the community once a month. This is what it looks like. This is where we've been pushed off. A place that we live at, we have to line people up here. So, but we're okay, because this is our spot. This is a public sidewalk, and this is what we claim, and this is where we wanted to do this at, because we were pushed out here. So this victory is not just our victory. This victory is for every public housing authority in this country, okay? Because if we lose Section 9, there is, as many will say over and over, there is no true affordable housing. 30% of your income, no roommate needed. People are living here and there with roommates and stuff just to survive. That's not true. Affordable housing that they're pushing is not true. And also, we need a change with the AMI, area medium income. Instead of it being based out of Westchester County, we need something for the city. So it can match what we are, what this working community and beyond in New York City? Why are we based out where the Clintons and others with money live at? That makes no sense. But that AMI needs to change and be redirected and make it make sense for the people here, because affordable housing is not really in existence unless it's public housing. And you can't get in because the wait list is through the roof, over 100,000+. And they have so many vacant apartments that they were actually warehousing because they thought the trust or PAC would be here.
Yes,
That was what they were really doing. They thought that, but it didn't happen. So thank you all for coming out. We have a couple immediate press release papers, and thank you for coming out and joining us. We appreciate media here, that, you know, our amazing Natalie and others. Upper East Side, okay, and say where you're from again, forgive me. New York City News Service. So thank you for the media that's been here, and that's it. We conclude.
Thank you, Sandra.
Fight, fight, fight. Housing is a human right. 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 Woo! We're done. All right. Thank you.
He's got it.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Defeating big
Thank you.
money is no.
Did you see the article from The Real Deal?
I didn't see how much they spent, but developers,
Thank you.
the money that was probably behind those
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you.
no-
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. I
Thank
was
you,
wondering
thank
if I could ask you a few questions.
Okay. Sure.
First of all, I want to make